You are an absolute savage on social media. Holy moly. It's one of those, if you come for the king, you best not miss moments. I saw you absolutely destroy Doug Gottlieb on Twitter the other day after he admittedly kind of came after you a little bit about a report. And you basically said, really, 7 losses in a row? Last in the Horizon League, Doug? Spend less time on social media and more in the gym. And all I want to really do, Adam, is just take a moment and just salute you, sir, for that effort. I didn't know you had it in you.
See, that's the whole thing, Jen. I do have that in me, and I never, ever, ever spar back. But I'm like, this is gratuitous. This is over the top. This is inaccurate. This is wrong, and if you want to come at me, I'm going to come at you. And so,
is this real?
Yes!
I mean, I smell a promotion here. I mean, we've pretty much seen Adam's combine through the years of TV and stuff with his vertical leap and Lambo and running the 40. I could set this up, Adam. I got my
Chewy,
money on you.
First of all, here's the irony of irony. Yesterday, I get a text from Doug Gottlieb's producer asking if I want to come on his radio show yesterday. Which I said, thank you, but no thank you.
You politely declined.
Yeah, thank you. I'm not interested in doing that. If I want to talk about it, I'll do it with you guys, not him. And then last night he sent me a text. He apologized and also told me that he thought my tweet was a little over the top. Well, I actually think his tweet was over the top, and mine was just a spar back, and that's it. And but whatever. We addressed it like men, as it should have been done initially, and moved on. So
I love to stir the pot.
But at the end of the day, again, let's just put this out there. Doug Gottlieb, whether he likes it or not, will be judged by his ability to get wins on the basketball court, right? He is insulated a little bit because he has the radio show and sort of the side hustle thing while he's also trying to do a very challenging job. But losing 7 games in a row and being in last place in the Horizon League is where he is right now. So it's not as though you are fabricating. It's not as though you went below the belt. These are facts, and you are underperforming at your job. And if you're going to come for other people, man, it's like the old glass houses thing. You better make sure that your stuff is in order before you start, picking away at other people and their jobs, right? I mean, that's how I look at it.
Well, the way I looked at it was he's taking I'm looking at you. Whoa, hold on. First of all, what you're saying is inaccurate, okay? Like, I'm speaking to the school president. You're questioning, you come out of nowhere. You represent a university. You want to represent a university? We'll show up the university. No problem.
I love it. This is great.
Chewy loves drama, Adam. He just he doesn't want drama for himself. He just wants drama for people around him so he can enjoy it.
But to be fair, I was going to say, to be fair, he will allow drama for himself occasionally if it gives him that adrenaline rush that he so craves. It's hard to duplicate. What do they say about former athletes? It's hard to duplicate the adrenaline you get from suiting up every Sunday and going out there and doing battle. And that's why Chewy is like, tell me more. I want to know. All right, Gabe, go ahead. Or Chewy, go ahead.
Adam, most impressive coaching this year in the NFL. Who would you give? I know who I would. Who would you give it to?
Are you going to tell me Matt LaFleur?
No.
I would say Kevin O'Connell.
There you go.
Right now.
Yeah. Me and you are in line.
Yeah, see, Chewy, we get along. We get along.
Yeah.
We think alike on some things.
We're deep thinkers. Yeah.
But Kevin O'Connell, like, who would have thought that the Vikings would be in a position at one point in time to control their destiny where they could be the 1 seed? They could be the NFC North champs, like the Minnesota Vikings. Really? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
The team that let Kirk Cousins walk away. And by the way, like Kevin O'Connell, there are certain people around the league there are a lot of people that, I'm fortunate and blessed in my job. I get to deal with a lot of people, but he's truly one of the nicest guys in the league.
So with the Vikings, one of the things that fascinates me, Adam, is all those things are true, that they've got all those things in front of them because of the way Kevin O'Connell's gotten Sam Darnold to play. What is Sam Darnold's market going to be? I mean, is there a chance the Vikings, even though they drafted J.J. McCarthy, look and go, hey, we're 12-2 with this guy. We can't make a change. We got to find a way to bring him back.
I think that is a thought that they absolutely can and should have. The issue is what are they willing to pay him? And they used the first-round draft pick on J.J. McCarthy. See, I don't think they're thinking about it like this, but this is how I think about it. I learned this from watching the 49ers. The 49ers traded 3 ones to go get Trey Lance. And Trey Lance didn't pan out, but Brock Purdy did. So they gave up 3-1. So if you give up 1-1 for J.J. McCarthy and Sam Darnold continues to shine and plays well in the playoffs, I don't know why you wouldn't want to sign him to whatever deal it was. And if that's the case, that's the case. I don't think that's how they're thinking. I think they're thinking, we drafted JJ, we love JJ, JJ's going to be our guy, and we'd like to bring back Sam, but what is the number at which we bring back Sam? Like, if the New York Jets, New York Giants, Las Vegas Raiders, any team that needs a quarterback goes out and gives Sam Darnold, I'm making this up, a Baker Mayfield type contract, 3 years, $100 million, we're probably going to be out. But if he can't get that from another team and he wants to come back to Minnesota on a 1-year, $12.5 million deal, $15 million deal, whatever, then we'll do that. I mean, I don't know that, but that's my interpretation of it, considering that they haven't had any contract discussions with him to this point whatsoever.
Adam Schefter hanging out with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy as he does each and every Wednesday during the football season. Let's continue bopping around the NFC North because we have watched as the Detroit Lions have been decimated by injuries, mostly on the defensive side of the ball, but David Montgomery, of course, that was the most recent one on the offensive side of the ball. How susceptible are they? Because their offense looks like they can still, win in a shootout potentially, that they can kind of have a track meet there with other teams. But now they are a defensive liability. How susceptible are they to an early exit now with these injuries?
Listen, Dan Campbell is fighting back, and I love his fighting words. But there's no way that you can say that this team is the same team. It's just not. Like, you could talk tough and fight, and I admire and respect what he's saying in the mess. Like, I heard him talk yesterday. I said, that's awesome. Like, this guy is a leader even when it's getting tough here. But they're not the same team. Like, David Montgomery was the spirit of that offense. And Aleem McNeil was one of the best defensive linemen in football, as was Aiden Hutchinson. And these guys aren't playing for you anymore. And you can't just go sign Quan Alexander off the Broncos practice squad and Jamal Adams off the street and think, okay, we're going to compete to win the NFC Championship. Like, it just, at some point in time, you feel the loss of those injuries. You just do. How could you not? Right? If it was so easy, then anybody would just sign somebody off the street and replace them. I feel bad for them because they were in a spot where I think a lot of people viewed them, myself included, rightfully as the favorite in the NFC with their legitimate chance to win their first, and maybe they could do it. Like, that's the great part of sports. Maybe they can, but their chances can't be as good today as they were a week ago or 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, 52% of Detroit's defensive starters or direct backups are currently on the IR. Chew?
Adam, was San Francisco's suspending Devondre Campbell done out of spite? Because my understanding is his suspension, he won't be paid, or if they cut him, he would have been paid. Was that calculated? Because if it is, I love it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, yeah, well, what's going to happen is, I'm sure they suspend him 3 games. I'm sure he's going to appeal it, grieve it, and then they'll figure it out, and maybe they settle the 2 games, or maybe he gets back both paychecks. You can suspend somebody for not going to game for a game. I don't know that you're allowed to do it they did it, we'll see what happens, right? Like, they did it. Like, What was his reputation when he played in Green Bay?
Oh, he was a clown.
It was good until it wasn't.
Yeah.
Ooh, and I do not think that there is much love lost over him and the way things have shaken out. Just the vibe I get.
Well,
There was a game where he went in supposedly injured and he got roasted. They put him in man-man situation, and then he came out with a tweet and said, "That's it. I'm done playing injured. It's over." And that's why they got rid of him. I think that because he was an okay player.
Yeah,
he had that one good year.
He had that one good year, and
Yeah.
everything was great then, and then he got paid, and things started going downhill quickly after that.
well, he's not going to play for that team again. They've removed his nameplate. They've suspended him for the 3 games. I don't care if he wins any kind of appeal. He's not going to be playing for them, but it's just a fight over money. And I think the more appropriate question now is, do you think, and I'm asking this to all of you, do you think there's a team out there that would go and sign Devondre Campbell this offseason?
I would
No.
touch him
No.
with a 20-foot pole. No.
Because he quit. Isn't that isn't that the last
That's the
frontier?
worst,
That's
yeah.
the only, that you cannot recover from that. Guys in the locker room who were like, look, it's hard for all of us. You know, there are times where we don't feel like we're getting the snaps that we want to get. But you know what you do? You soldier on for the good of the team. I just don't think that anybody would want to play with him. What's that old? Was it Denny Green? Am I thinking of Denny Green?
They are who we thought they were?
No, can't win with him. Can't do it. Oh, that's Herm,
no.
right? Darn.
That is old 49 Singletary. Mike
Mike
Singletary.
Singletary.
Yes, that's what I was
I
thinking
want
of.
winners.
Yeah.
I want
Vernon
people who
Davis.
wanna win.
Vernon Davis, yeah.
Well, but the issue is here as well, like, he's just not good enough. Like, if he was good enough, Adam, I think somebody would go, okay, we'll take a shot at him. He's a middle-of-the-road inside linebacker that you can find anywhere, and once
And
you
he's a
quit-
malcontent.
Middle of the road, aging
Yep.
Mhm.
linebacker, malcontent who just quit on his team.
Yeah, that's...
Like, it's a bad combination of factors.
There is Detroit, though, Adam.
they're desperate right now.
Never
They
know.
need
He's not
bodies.
going to play for them this year. The Niners are going to make it such that he's not playing for somebody this year. That's part of this.
Oh,
Is that
okay.
they don't want to cut him, put him on waivers, and have the Lions claim him to go play linebacker right now as a reward.
Adam, just talking to the people around the league, do they have any answer as to why Jordan Love seemingly has only played well in the second half of seasons?
Say it, Gabe. Say Toyotathon.
I mean,
Say Toyotathon.
I don't want to give free advertising.
Say
here.
it. Toyotathon.
What's up with that? What's up with that?
I have no
Well,
idea.
so there is a theory on social media that Jordan Love only plays well while the Toyotathon promotion is going on. And the numbers
What are
numbers
we
bear
talking
that out.
about?
The numbers bear that out, Adam. It's again a social media thing, but I mean, he turned into a pumpkin in the second half against San Francisco last year. Turns out that was after Toyotathon was over.
Gabe's big issue is, of course, that Toyotathon ends the first week of January. And you sort of need your starting quarterback to be able to continue that upward trajectory for, I don't know, another month.
Would it count against the Packers cap if they extend that campaign?
Look, Adam, I will pay. Like I will start a GoFundMe for Toyota to extend that promotion if that means Jordan Love playing better to the end of January.
Does Jordan Love drive a Toyota or anything like that? Is there some kind of karmic connection?
If he shows up to Lambeau in a Toyota, then something's up. Then we know something's up at Lambeau Field on Monday night.
Okay. I got nothing else.
Are you gonna be in Green Bay on Monday night?
No. I have this year mostly been doing the pregame shows from my house, sparing my body the rigors of travel. Like, honestly, I'm on a couple of times in a show, and I can do it in my house just as easily. There's no reason to disrupt my Sundays and miss all the games and miss calls and texts and then fly back and tape my podcast. And it's too much. So no, I'll be in my house. I'll be doing the pregame show in the spot that I'm sitting right now on Monday night.
Adam, last thing before we let you go, were you surprised to see the news about the Falcons changing quarterbacks, going to Michael Penix Jr.?
It's one of those things. I guess like when you know somebody's dying, and they finally do it. It's still jarring. And not to equate it to death or anything, but like he could be benched. He could be
They're
benched.
putting Kirk
He got
Cousins in
benched.
hospice?
They did it. Oh my God, I cannot believe he got benched. Like I can't believe it. It's jarring. Like wow. Like
That's what deep thinkers do. I'm telling you, Adam. I'm right in line with you, buddy. I'm glad you said it though.
Kirk Cousins just flatlined here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
R.I.P. I guess.
He was boop.
But in all honesty, I think about this and I'm like, wow. I mean, there's so many wows to this.
Dying
Like,
or Kirk Cousins?
The whole. Wait, hold on. They
Well, I
paid
just
the guy
said that. I
100.
think about this. I'm just asking a question.
And what was the question, Chewy?
Well, you said I think about this all the time. I'm like, dying?
No. No.
Okay.
I was thinking
I mean, if you do, it's fine.
the segment once again has gone off the rails officially.
And so you never know quite when it's going to happen, Adam, but you just know it is going to happen at some
Just like
point.
Kirk Cousins. Just like
And it's
Kirk
happened.
getting benched.
And it's happened.
All right, Adam, we will spare you the remainder of this hour. Thank you for hanging out with us. Always a pleasure. We'll talk to you again soon. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. We really enjoy spending time with you each and every week.
Likewise, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everybody out in the Wisconsin area. And go Green Bay, Wisconsin today. Let's try to end that 7-game losing streak.
It's a good shot.